Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden. I'm so happy that you joined me today. Today we're going to make a double trifold with pockets and a little journaling page and a few journaling pages. But first, let's have our shout out to Stacy, Susie's Craft Room and Studio, Carrie, Valerie, Pamela, Nancy, Kay, Paula, and Leslie. I appreciate each and every one of you. I got this inspiration from Roxy's creation. And what I have here is I have a chapter 1 paper, and it looks like this on this side, and then this is another chapter 1 paper out of the same collection. I chose to print this on the back side. On this side right here is a Roxy's creation, a vintage letter, and then this side I've coffee dyed it. Alrighty, so let's begin. We're going to start with this one now. Someone's going to ask me what size these pages are. This is a 10.5 approximately by an 8. And what we want to do is we want to fold, and I'm going to turn it this way. We're going to fold a little flap on this side, and we're going to fold a larger piece in here. Alrighty. So I think what I want to do, I'm just looking at it here for just a second. I think I want to fold this down approximately 2 inches. Yeah, that's about 2 inches right there. So I have already inked this up and I have rounded the corners. Then I'm going to fold this one up to the fold we have here, but not quite on the fold, just close to it, okay? I don't want to fold it right up on it. There we go. We've got that done. Now, because I am using printables and I'm not using any real vintage documents or letters, I'm going to need to cut mine to fit what I'm making. If you have these things, vintage letters, and you have them in different sizes, then you'd be able to select one that fits into this little fold out, the trifold right here. We're going to make a double one. So this is how this is going to look on the outside. So on the inside, it's going to look like this. And I do believe I want to just look at this for a second. And I think I might even, now do I want it to be this color on the inside, or do I want it to be this color? Now that's a dilemma for me because I like them both ways. I don't know. I'm stumped. I'm kind of stumped. I don't know what I want to do. All right, I'm going to do it this way. So with that said, do I want it to go this way or do I want it to go this way? All right, I think I want it to go this way. And so I'm going to fold this one down, and I'm just looking here and saying, how about, I'm going to make this part smaller. Oh, I've got to highlight this first so I can even see what I'm doing here. I've got to highlight this fold because when I fold this second piece, I need it to fit inside these two folded areas. And that is what? 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So I need this to fit in 4.5. So if I fold this to be maybe something like that, and then I fold this, that would fit within that. That would fit nicely, but is that too much? I don't think so. So once again, I'm just going to line this up, and I think I said 3. So let's go ahead and fold this 3, and that makes a nice little decoration for that area. And then let's fold this one in, right up to the fold. And once again, I'm going to highlight this fold so you can see it. There's that fold right there. And if I fold this right up to here, is this going to fit within there? Yes, see, I'm trying to make it fit within this section right here, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and crease it. I'm just pulling it up close to it, but not on top of it. And I'm going to give it a crease. All right, so that's going to fit right in there just like that. But I want it to be just a little bit shorter, that's the word. Not as long as this one. I want it to fit a little shorter. Now, I can take a little bit off right here because there is not any writing. Here there is writing, but I do need to even it up a little bit, but you can see some of it sticking out. So let's go ahead and let's bring in my small guillotine and let's just even this up just a little bit, all right? And then on this one, let's see about cutting it down right close to this, where this emblem is right here. And let's see how that fits in there now. Okay, I like that. That's very nice. The next thing I want to do is I want to round these corners, and I am going to ink around inside and outside, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I've got it inked all around and I've rounded the corners. The next thing I want to do is, you see this flap is on the right. I'm going to put this flap on the left. So I'm going to have it fold out this way, whereas this one folds out this way. And when I have it folded, I am going to take my folded piece that goes in the center, and I'm going to just put a little glue right down the center of this. I'm actually going to grab a couple of paper clips just to hold it in place so nothing comes open or causes me any problem. And I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Now, I was using my Tombow glue until it was all gone because my idea was to put my art glitter glue in here because I needed it to be a smaller tip. And I hope this works out well because this is what I've decided to do with my art glitter glue and my container to use it in. So this is the center of this, and I'm just going to put a little bit, and you can see there's still a little bit of Tombow glue in there, but that's okay. It will come through, and it will be art glitter glue in just a few minutes. Oh, here's the art glitter glue. It's coming. There it is. It's a little thicker than the Tombow glue. I can see that already. All right, so I've got some glue right there. I'm going to take it, I'm going to turn it over. Remember, we want our flap to be on the opposite side of this flap. And I'm just going to place it, I'm just going to line it up a little bit. I'm going to place it right, let's see, I've got to line it up here, guys. There we go. I know I'm making this a little more difficult than it needs to be. There we go. So it's just sitting with a little bit of room between the fold here, a little bit of room here, some room at the top, and some room at the bottom. So it's just going to fit in there very nicely. Now, we only put a strip of glue down the center of this for a reason. Alrighty, got that in there like that. This is going to go like this. All right. Let's do a little bit of decoration before we do something that's a twist on how Roxy did it. So this is a chapter 1 paper. I just think this is gorgeous. I did print it on a little bit of a lightweight cardstock, and I thought we could use this. Now, this went with this collection, as you can see. And I really want to use this as part of our pockets. And I think let's start with this one. See, let's trim this one out quickly because this matches the inside of the first trifold that we did. That's really acting as the cover. So I'm going to trim this out, just like that. And let's lay this right here. And how about if we make a pocket? So I'm going to bring my guillotine in because I really don't want that dark showing. I think I'd rather have it be a little lighter, like that. And then I can make sure that it's straight as well, which it's not. So I'll straighten this up. Now that side, yep, I need to straighten the side up too. Alrighty, so now it's straighter. Just had to cut little pieces off to make it straight. And let's go ahead and let's cut a little pocket to fit. So I'm just going to make it a little smaller than the space right here between those two fold marks. I'm going to trim it, and this is going to fit right here in the center. That'll be good. This one I can use on one of the sides if I want, or maybe I would rather pull something else in. Let's look at this one. These right here, they have a decoration on one end different than the decoration on the other, whereas this one was a little more even decoration, shall we say, even though they had the seal right there on that one. Just trimming this out quickly. And I'm going to bring in my guillotine, and I'm going to trim this up like this. I'm going to trim off the sides. I'm going to trim the side down, and I'm going to trim the other end. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I'm thinking, okay, do I really want the center to be together and then this one to be separate, or do I want to maybe make, now this one's shorter than this one, so if I start with this one, I wonder if the remainder would be enough. I'm thinking maybe not. The remainder here, will that be enough to do this one? Maybe if I turn it this way it will be. Not that way, but maybe this way. Let's see how that looks. So I'm just going to cut this, just like this. Now if you have like little scraps of different things, you could use it. You wouldn't have to use a whole new sheet of a printable. You could use little scraps, because all you're doing is filling in a little bit of space right here where we can put some pockets. Okay, that's all right. I like that. So what I want to do is I need to round the corner right here, and I need to round this corner on this side right there, and I'm going to just quickly ink this up. So I'm going to ink all three of these up. All right, I have it all inked up. Let's go ahead and let's grab our art glitter glue, and I'm just going to clean this off a little bit. Alrighty. Now let's go ahead and let's glue. Oh yeah, it's coming out nice now. Oh, this is a wonderful applicator for my art glitter glue. And let's do this one. Okay, and we'll put it right here. And then we'll put this one right here on the end. Just like that. I'm going to bring in a little bit of a wipe so that I can place this down and really get it to grab a hold and make our beautiful pocket. All right. Now, you can, let's see where I have some little cards here that will fit right inside. Let's see, these are smaller. How about if we put the smaller ones in here? These are also chapter 1 papers right here that I'm using, these printable tags. They're from another collection, but I think they're sweet. Maybe something like that. Now, you could go ahead and you can decorate this bottom part if you wish. I'm going to continue on and I'm going to show you what we're going to do right here. I have a piece of blue colored paper, and I'm going to fold this so that it's a little shorter than this flap right here, the inside fold, trifold. And I'm just going to fold it just a little bit shorter, so maybe something like, this. So what is that? That is about right there. Let's give it a crease. And then let's trim this right here. This is going to be our addition of a little journaling area. We're just adding 2 pieces. I'm not adding any more than 2 because I don't want it to be real bulky. I didn't even try to add more. I suppose if you'd like, you could try to add maybe a couple more. I wouldn't add more than that, but it's your design. You could add whatever you want. I'm just going to do 1. Okay, 1 little piece. And it's going to go right here. Now I do think I want to just nip off the ends right here. All right, and I actually think I'm going to just run my sponge right over the edges of this, just a little bit, just to give it a little color. And I'm going to place it right here where it's folded, okay? Now remember, we glued this second envelope down, and we only, I'm going to grab a couple paper clips, and we only glued it in the middle of that middle folded area. Remember, we only put 1 line of glue down, and what that did was it left a spot open right here. It's opened enough that you can get a stapler. Get a stapler in here, and I am just going to see about stapling this signature right there and right here. Alrighty, so now we have our little signature, which is just 1 page, so I'm just going to call it journaling spot. It's stapled right into, I'm just going to fold this just like this. It's right into your middle envelope, or trifold. It's not an envelope, it's a trifold. All right, so now you know I don't like these little staples here, right? So there's a couple things I could use. I could either use just plain blue, which is really pretty. I think I might do that. So what I'm going to do, this was that strip we cut off of the paper that we added. I'm just going to mark it here, and I'm just going to mark maybe 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches. And I'm going to just take my scissors, and I'm just going to cut, and then I'm going to cut. I'm going to fold this in half like this. Fold it in half. I'm going to run my sponge on it right here, just a little bit, just to darken it up. Only have to really do 1 side. Okay, and because this is open right here, remember, all I'll need to do is, I'm going to open these up, is I'm going to apply a little bit of art glitter glue right here and right here. Okay, and then I'm going to slip this right in here, right where my staples are, to cover them up, just like that. And we're going to cover the other one up. Get this over here, slip it in, and cover these staples up. Oh, that looks really cute. Alrighty, so the next thing I would like to do is I would like to go ahead and keep this closed instead of it coming open all the time. I would like to keep this closed. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab, sorry guys, I'm grabbing something, my number labels by JLeeloo, and they're botanical labels also by JLeeloo mixed in here. And I'm just looking for one that I could use as my closure. I like that one. That one's nice. Language of Flowers. That one's nice, but it's not on cardstock. It's on. I need it to be on cardstock because I need it to be firm enough to be able to hold this closed. Well, that's nice too. You see all the way this is looking? Let's see. Is that really what I want? Here's a smaller one. Here's one like this. I don't quite care for that one. I kind of like these bigger ones. Ooh, how about this one? Well, that one's pretty. Let's use that one. That one's already inked up and everything. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to place a little bit of glue on this part right here. So from, you see these 2 3s right here? It's 83 and 83. From the 83 and 83, we're going to put glue along this area here and place it down. Okay, so I'm going to just do that right now. I'm going to put my glue on here like that, and then I'm going to place it right where I want it. I want it right there. Hopefully I did not glue it. Now it's going to hold it shut, and then we can just bend it and open it up just like that. And now if you want to cover this up right here, it would be very simple to just grab a little bit of washi, and I think this washi looks really nice right here. Let's see here. Let's get a little bit of this washi. Let's just lay it right on top, and just a little bit more right there where those staples are. Very simple. Okay, so now we have our closure, and we have our little mini signature inside. We've got our tickets and our pockets, and we're able to move on to the cover now. It would fold a little easier if it didn't have those hard cards in there, but that's all good. Now, if you want, you could put some more pockets on here. That would be very easy to do. You could just, maybe not this, maybe you would want to go, you could use a piece of cardstock. You could go with maybe the remainder of these and stick them on the edge. What I do want to do is I want to reinforce this area right here, and I kind of like the way this is looking right here. So I'm thinking I could take this piece right here, and I'm just trimming it. It's probably going to be way too long, but I'm going to trim it to fit. Yeah, I want it to be this way. What if we fold it like that? And I'm just using it to reinforce where we're going to add a closure. So I'm just laying this down here so I can see about where the middle is. That's about right here. It's about right here. I think I'm going to shorten that up. So it's like that. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to ink this up. I am going to have to ink it on both sides, because you'll be able to see this on the inside. I'm going to add some art glitter glue to this. And I'm just going to, now the words are going this way, so I need my words to go the right way. So I just added that on there like that. Is that in the middle? It's art glitter glue, so it's probably going to not let me move it. All right, that's better. I like that better. How about if we, I don't know if we need to add any more reinforcement there. It's probably all that we need, because what I want to do is I'm going to decorate it right along the side here. So I've got a little bit of decorative net, and I'm going to just trim this. Let me switch to my smaller scissors here. Move these out of the way. I'm going to just trim it right like this. And I think I need to trim this up. I don't want it to go out at a point like it's doing. And I'm just going to add it right there. And I think what I'd like to do is just add it right down the center. Just right down the center, just like that. There's a little bit of net on there. And let's add a little bit of net right here. Now I'm not going in the center because that's where we're going to have a little closure. So I don't really want to gum that part up. Just going to add a little bit right here, a little glue right down the center. I'm just going to lay this right there on the top. All right, so now I have made some ruffled fabric ruffles, and I think this would be beautiful if we add a fabric ruffle on here. I don't like how that's pleated right there at the end, so I'm going to remove this stitch right here. And there we go. And I'm going to place this, glue this down right here. So I'm thinking I need to trim that about right here. Okay, I need to fray this just a tiny bit. Well, it's not wanting to fray very well, is it? There we go. There we go. And I'm going to add this ruffle right here on the edge, right where, not on the edge, right in the middle where I added my other glue to add the net. I'm going to add this straight out like that. I'm going to do another one on this side, straight out. And I can trim this one off right here. I think I can get my scissors under there. Move that stitch. And just, oh, for heaven's sakes. I'm just trying to cut it across. There, it's still attached, the stitches. Okay, now I'm going to fray it just a little bit. Okay, all right, there we go. Now we're going to add this right here, all the way down, right in the middle. We're going to glue right in the middle, just like we did on the other side. We're going to add this one, just like that. Alrighty, that's looking super cute, right? So right here on this side, I'm thinking that I'd like to take this lace. Let's see, there is a right and a wrong to this lace. It goes this way. So let me go to the other end. It goes this way. And I'm thinking I might, oh goodness, doesn't that just changes everything right there if we add that on there like that. So do you see what these little dots are? I think I'll take my little scissors and I'm just going to trim right down here to trim me off the size, a piece that I can work with, the size I can work with. And I'm going to trim it and remove everything from these little dots, these little decorations right here. And we're just going to trim it down. I don't have to be super straight. I don't have to worry about that because I kind of like it to be a little bit jagged. And I am going to glue that right on to this part of the flap by just adding a little bit of glue at the edge. I'm just kind of going to do the corner first. So I'm just going to lay this on here. just going to do the corner first because I'm working with hot glue, and you know that it dries quickly. I'm just going to get that to go down first. Perfect, perfect and perfect. And then I'm going to lay it down going this way. And I'm just going to lay this down just like that. Very nice. I can rub this off when it gets a little going through the holes of the lace. You can rub it off. But let's just get this on here like this. Okay. All right. So we've got that decorated. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to trim the edge. Once again, like I said, I'm not worried about it being a little jagged. Now let's go ahead and work on our closure right here. I have a little bit of sari silk. Now all the things that I'm using, like the sari, the paper, and the labels and the tags that are inside, they'll all be listed down in the description so that you can find where you can go and get them. I have my crocodile. I'm going to place a hole right in the middle here. Now I'm actually going to go in a little bit. I'm not going right on the edge. I am going to go in. I'm going to look one more time just to kind of see where I actually want to go. I think I want to go about right here. Bringing my crocodile in and punching just like that. All right. And I've got my sari silk. I'm just going to see which one's longer. They're both exactly the same. It does not matter. I'm going to place my sari silk in here like this. Do I want it to go this way, or let me look at my other one. No, I want it to go this way. It holds your flap down a little better if I go up. Alrighty. I'm going to go around. I'm going to come back up. Actually, was that the way I did it before? I'm trying to see. Maybe it was this way. I can't tell now. No, it was the other way. Why can't I seem to get it? I don't know, guys. Guess it really doesn't matter. Being finicky. No, this way I like better. Because I want the ribbon, I want the bow to be right up here at the top. So, yeah, it did matter to me. To me it mattered. Maybe not to you guys, but to me it mattered. Now, this is a smaller piece of sari than I used in my one that I made to show you the demonstration. Oh my goodness, isn't that beautiful? Now, to top it off, we're going to need just a little something. You know we're going to need some bling. Do we want to go with the white pearls because this white lace, or do we want to go with pink, or do we want to go with cream? You know, I think what I want to do is I want to go with this white because we used that beautiful lace that's white. I think that using this is just what we need. I'm just turning these over so I can pick them up with my fingers. And then we're going to apply them and add them to, I've never used art glitter glue for this. Let's give it a go, right? Let's try it. I'm going to place some right here. And it's not clear, so I guess it's like Elmer's glue. It's going to dry clear, right, guys? There we go. It's kind of a mess to look at now, huh? Yeah, that's kind of messy to look at, Kathy. You should have used your Tombow glue, and then it wouldn't have been so messy. But anyway, you're going to get the idea. I'm just adding my bling right here on the edge, just like that. Yeah, it's really messy to look at, guys, but I still think it's going to be gorgeous. Now, here's one that I made as my example. Now, I put a label on this one. Do we want to add maybe another label? This is the same label we used on the inside. We can add a little label right there. Well, why not? Let's add a label too. So let's just go ahead and add our label right on, just like that. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, there it is with the label. Here's this one. Isn't this one beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. And inside, these are chapter 1 papers that I used for this one. Inside, look how beautiful. It's that green color. And I put a belly band on this one. And then inside here, we have our pockets, and we have our journaling space. I absolutely love this. I think both of them have turned out absolutely beautiful. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.